a sack of grain. 600 feet of winch rope.
Hey, how about give me a hand with this rope, Mr. Jarvis?
Why, sure.
Thank you.
Come on, Lila. Baby, you can't be serious about calling it a night. It's early.
It's not early, Dolph. It's late, and I'm tired. Now go on. Just get out of here and let me alone.
Sure, I'll leave you alone. When I'm good and ready.
Dolph, honey, you're a big man in this town. You can have anybody you want. Why pick on me?
Because you're what I want, Lila. In this whole lousy town, you're the only thing I want. Now, come on, honey. I got all this money burning in my pockets, just aching to spend it on you.
Dolph, I told you before, but I'll say it again. I don't want anything to do with you. Big shot or no big shot. I just don't want anything to do with you. Is that clear enough?
What's eating you? Cheap saloon shit like you putting on airs with me. And what's so wrong with me, anyway?
I'll tell you what's so wrong with you. You're a pig!
It's a pretty wild town you got here, Mr. Jarvis.
Yeah, all sorts of carryings on. Now Judge Knowlton's got himself booted out of here. It's gonna get worse.
Yeah, well, your loss is our gain, I think.
The judge was real lucky that you and Adam allowed him to accompany you. Out there in the trail by himself, he'd get lost inside an hour. You better watch out, not let him catch you dipping into the prune box or snitching any loaf sugar. You're liable to get yourself tossed into jail. Or even worse, you're liable to get a talking to.
My brother Hoss is kind of the dipping, snitching kind. He's not with us this trip. Hey, listen, why don't you go on inside there and add that stuff up so I can get an early start
Right,
here.
you bet.
That'll about do it. I want to thank you again, Mr. Jarvis, for staying open so late. It'll give us a chance for an early start in the morning.
Go on, nothing, little Joe. Give my best to your pa when you get the Ponderosa.
I'll do that. Good night, sir.
And watch your step in front of the judge. He's got a powerful sense of righteousness.
Don't worry, I'll stay clear of him.
Dee da 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 dee doo da doo da dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da 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 dee da dee da da.
What was that, Sarah?
Nothing. I was just humming.
Humming what?
I don't know. It's just a tune. It just popped into my head. I'm sorry, David.
Your wagon's in good shape, Judge. You shouldn't have any trouble.
Well, I'm not expecting any, although I appreciate the opportunity of accompanying you, Adam.
Well, we're honored. Pa's often talked of you.
So many things I had to leave behind. My ormolu clock, the sideboard. My.
Well, I hear the 4th Judicial District is a very pleasant place. You should be happy there.
I doubt that they want justice there any more than they did here.
David was brutally beaten last year. Did you know that?
Man of your reputation, I find that hard to believe.
That's true enough. Before that, they tried to bribe me. And then they threatened me.
But David never wavered at him. Not once.
Hey, Mr. Nolan. Judge. Hey, Adam, that's quite a town they got back there. Wish we had some more time. They got some good-looking women.
Young man, saloons and the people that infest them breed crime and violence in the same way that a swamp breeds malaria. Stay away from the girls and the whiskey traders and the easy companions, boy, before they drag you down.
Excuse me a minute, Judge. Joe, would you check the stock, please?
Yeah, sure thing, Adam.
With all due respect, sir, I think you're overstepping a bit.
I just can't stand by and watch young men take the wrong path.
I know, but I don't think you have to worry about my brother.
There are demons in every man that have to be controlled. And those people feed on that.
You must listen to my husband, Adam. He knows about those things.
Well, excuse me, but we're all going to be living kind of close together for the next few days, so I think we might get along better if you could sort of take the cart rights as you find them.
If you insist.
I'm afraid I do. Good evening.
Please, mister, let me explain.
Yeah, well, it's not that we wouldn't like your company, ma'am, but I think you'd be a lot more comfortable on a regular stage line.
Oh, you've got to help me. You've got to help me get away.
Oh, wait a minute. What's it all about? What do you mean?
Well, there's a man out to kill me. He said I stole money from him, but I didn't. I'll swear I didn't.
Well, why don't you just go to the sheriff, then?
Our sheriff. Why, the men in town won't even let him out with a loaded gun. Oh, please, if you just let me explain.
All right. All right, suppose we start with your name.
Lila. Lila Conrad.
Joe Cartwright, this is my wagon you're sitting in.
Please, mister. They'll come after me for sure. Don't let them take me back. That man will use any excuse to kill me.
Okay, we'll do all we can. Why don't you come on out of there?
No! No, I gotta stay right here till you're out of the area.
You all set, Judge?
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
We'll probably stop around midday.
All right, Joe, let's go.
Okay, you stay put.
All right, let's move out. I'm Sheriff Cogan. We're looking for a girl, Lila Conrad.
I'm sure she's not here.
Maybe not. We've still got to look.
All right, what's the idea?
Get out off of there.
What for?
Oh, you want to know what for? I'll show him what for, Pete.
Break it up.
Take it easy, Hagen. You take it easy, Sheriff. Bust open them wagons.
You back off. I work for Dolph Rimbaud. He's a good friend of mine, too. We're going to get that girl that killed him.
All right, turn them wagons over if you have to. Stop that, you men.
Howdy, Judge.
What's the meaning of all this? Have you got a warrant, Sheriff?
No, Judge, but...
Then you got no right to touch these wagons.
Never mind all that. She's here, Cogan. She's got to be.
We can't go against a federal judge, Bob.
This ain't his district no more.
He's still a judge.
What is all this?
We found Dolph Rimbaud this morning, Your Honor. He'd been stabbed to death.
Not 20 feet from where this Lila Conrad lived. Oh, some of the boys saw him follow her home. She done it. She's gonna pay for it. We're gonna fix her good.
You won't find the girl here, Sheriff.
A lot of room in these wagons.
The judge wouldn't have nothing to do with helping her.
And there's a penalty for unwarranted search.
Well, I suppose she still could be in town somewheres. Our mistake, Your Honor. All right, mount up. Sorry, mister.
All right, let's get out of here. I think I've seen enough of Silver Hills and its citizens.
Adam, listen, that girl, Lila Conrad, I got her hiding in the back of my wagon.
She is what?
Well, look, what could I do? I just found her back there a little while ago. She didn't say anything about a killing. I couldn't turn her over to men like that. She wouldn't have a chance.
All right, we'll talk about it later.
Let's move out.
Well, I guess we're far enough from Silver Hills now.
Okay, I'll get her out of the back of the wagon.
Judge, can I see you a minute?
I think I'm going to need some legal advice from you.
Out here?
Come here, will you?
Brother Adam, Judge Knowlton, Miss Lila Conrad.
Hello.
I suppose there's no point in my asking how this woman got here.
Yeah, I brought her.
You've overstepped the law, and that's bad enough, but you've also involved me, and I cannot tolerate that. Not for a creature like this.
I know what you're thinking. I heard what those men accused me of, but I didn't do it. I'll swear to you, I didn't kill Dolph Rimbaud.
Come on, I'll introduce you, Mrs. Knowlton. She can fix you something to eat, maybe.
You're not taking her near my wife.
All right, I'll fix you something to eat myself.
Take her back to Silver Hills, Adam. Be there by nightfall.
Judge, you told me yourself how corrupted that town is, including the sheriff. How they beat you, tried to bribe you. You also saw those men this morning. Now, what chance would that girl have with them?
Very well. We'll be in Harleyville in a few days. I want her turned over to the authorities there.
To be returned to Silver Hills by them. It's all the same thing. Wouldn't it be better if we could get her to Virginia City and find an attorney that would help her?
Why are you so concerned? Stop and think if she's worth it. A fugitive, an accused murderess, a common dance hall girl, and Lord knows what else.
You left out something. She's also a human being.
I heard Dolph Rimbaud had a couple of brothers in Texas or somewhere. I wondered when you'd be showing up.
Well, you're seeing him now. I'm Gabe, that's Artie. I told him how Dolph got killed by them scissors with that Lila Conrad woman, how she got off scot-free.
Well, here she got away. Hid out in a couple of wagons.
We don't know that for sure.
Well, she ain't here in town. We've been watching all the roads, so she had to be in one of them wagons.
Well, that's proof enough for us, Sheriff. I'm sure you don't mind if we kind of deputize ourselves without no formalities.
There's a federal judge along with them wagons. It'll have to be your own responsibility.
That's all right, Sheriff. We wouldn't have it any other way.
You're right with you, fellas. Stay out of this, Junior. Come on, let's go.
David, you've hardly touched the food.
I don't want any more, Sarah.
Don't let that girl upset you.
Can't you see what she's doing to those boys? Sarah. Cartwrights seem like fine people. Country is fair and pleasant. I look forward to this as a change, a respite. But I find it even here. The evil and the filth and the blindness.
David, you'll work yourself up into a state.
Will it never end? Where can I lay the burden down? Must I be the only one to fight evil?
You take too much on yourself.
Can't you see what's happening? Can't you see anything?
I try my best.
Yes. I suppose you do. And I take comfort in that. You try. Be strong enough to bear it alone. As always.
He's just busting to get me, isn't he?
Well, Adam's gonna talk to him. Try to bring him around a little bit. I better get things ready to move out.
I was hoping for a chance to talk to you, Judge.
I have nothing to say to you.
Well, I know what you did for me this
You're
morning.
mistaken. I wouldn't have done a thing like that for you.
Turned out that way, though, didn't it? I know a big, important man like you hardly knows I'm alive.
Again, you're mistaken. I'm very aware of you.
Well, then, I thought there might be some way I could thank you.
There isn't.
You likely saved my life. I just can't let it go that easily.
You're wasting your time, Miss Conrad. I'm not an impressionable young man like Little Joe. You must be very frightened to humiliate yourself like this.
I've got nothing to be frightened about.
The law will be satisfied, Miss Conrad. You're going to be punished, one way or the other.
You're trembling.
Sarah, that woman came to me. I can't even repeat what she did.
You don't have to. I can imagine. She's very pretty. A lesser man.
And they are lesser men. She'll get to one of them. Maybe she has already. Sarah. After the mistake I made today, I can't let that woman escape her just punishment. No. Sarah, it's up to me. I'll keep my eye on her every minute from now on.
All right, let's go!
My brother and I talked it over this afternoon, Judge. We're going all the way through to Virginia City. We won't be stopping at Harleyville.
Oh, very well. My wife and I will go to Harleyville and do what has to be done.
I wish you wouldn't do that. I feel there's a better chance for justice in Virginia City.
You leave justice to me. That's my business.
I just don't see what harm it would do, Judge, to take Miss Lila on into Virginia City. All we want to do is see that she gets a fair chance.
She's gotten to you, hasn't she? Just as I said she would, just as she tried with me.
Oh, it's no use. Don't even waste your breath on him.
Go on. Comfort her. Take her in your arms if that's what you want to do. But I'll have the final word. She's going to be arrested in Harleyville.
Well, we're not there yet.
If she's left you a scrap of common sense, don't try to stop me.
Well, what do we do now?
We take her on into Virginia City like we decided.
Good. I just can't believe she killed anybody.
Well, it's not up to us to judge her.
He has, hasn't he? Just can't figure out why he's so determined to punish her.
He thinks he speaks for the law.
He doesn't even represent this district anymore. Why doesn't he just leave her alone?
Maybe he can't.
Leave me alone. What do you want?
You're frightened of something.
Yes. I'm scared stiff. Does that make you happy?
What are you afraid of? Perhaps it's your own conscience you're afraid of.
You let me worry about my conscience. I'd like rather live with that than get hung.
You won't have to get hung, Miss Conrad.
What do you think they're going to do with me if you send me back to Silver Hills?
I can help you.
Now, that's more like it. What do you want? What's your price, Judge?
People can tell you I have no price, Miss Conrad.
Oh, everybody wants something. A smile. A kiss. Someone to tell them how handsome they are. Something.
Do you think little Joe wants something? Or his brother?
Oh, they'll get around to it. Nothing for nothing. I learned that pretty early, Judge.
Or perhaps they do, but I don't. All I want is to see your feet on the right path again.
Oh. And how do we accomplish that?
Confess everything you've ever done. I'll intercede for you and get you off with a moderate prison term.
What kind of help is that?
It's the only real help anybody can offer.
Thanks, I'll take my chances.
When you were a little girl, your father punished you.
Yeah, all the time.
Well, that was the right thing to do. It hurt. You didn't like it.
You're darn right.
Yes, but he was doing his duty to teach you right from wrong. And when it was over, you felt better because your slate had been wiped clean. And you felt you could start fresh. Well, that's what I'm offering you, Lila. A clean slate.
I'm not going to prison.
Aren't you in prison right now? Of your own making, aren't you in prison every time you sit down with a man you despise simply because he has the price of a couple of drinks?
Oh, what's so wrong with that?
Lila, have you lured men into gambling?
Sure.
Well, how many wives and children have gone hungry because of you?
I don't know, and I don't care.
But this was wrong.
So it's wrong. I told you I don't care.
Have men robbed for you?
Leave me alone.
Have men fought over you, shed blood for you?
I don't want to listen to
Lila,
you.
have you killed?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop!
I'll help you, Lila. I'm the only one that can. Now go not like the quarry slave, scourged to his dungeon, but sustained and soothed. And in a few years, Lila, when your prettiness has faded, what will you do then?
I don't know. I never had time to think about it.
Now's the time to think about it, Lila. You must build a beauty from within, a true beauty to shine forever. You're a lovely woman, Lila, but you've used your loveliness for bad reasons. You must use it to inspire men, not to degrade them.
But it won't be easy, will it?
Brutally hard. It's always hard to do something you know is right. But you must try, Lila. We all must try.
Just let her alone for a minute all afternoon. What a man can have to talk that much about.
I'd say that depended on the subject.
Come, girl. There's been a change in plans, Adam. Lila's turning herself in at Harleyville.
Is that what you want, Lila?
It's best this way, Adam.
I hope you appreciate that I'm saving you from a serious mistake.
Lila, why are you doing this?
Because I did kill Dolph Rimbaud.
Go ahead, Lila. Tell them all about it.
Dolph followed me to my room that night. I hated his insides. I told him 1,000,000 times I didn't want anything to do with him. He got nasty. Real nasty, and started slapping me around. I picked up the pair of scissors and hit him. I don't know, maybe I hit him more than once.
Well, sounds like a pretty good case of self-defense. I don't think they'd send you to prison for that.
No, Adam, it was wrong. I must be punished. You see, I thought Dolph had passed out, and I tried to lift his wallet. That's when he started beating me. I didn't mean to lie to you, little Joe. I didn't know Dolph was dead until the posse stopped us. Don't you see, Adam? It's better this way.
Look, whether it's self-defense or not, you're not going to get a fair trial back there in Silver Hills.
Lila, you'd better turn in. I'm going to have a busy day tomorrow.
Now, wait a minute. Do you know what you're doing to this girl?
No, the judge is right. There's so many things I've done. Evil things. They'll keep haunting me until I pay for them. Oh, little Joe, I'm more content than I've been in a long time. Truly.
Sarah, Did you make Lila comfortable? Lila and I will be leaving early in the morning. I trust you will look after Sarah in my absence.
Yes, we'll look after her, Judge.
Very well, gentlemen. I bid you good evening.
Adam, I just can't understand her. How could you let the judge talk her into going back there for trial?
I don't know. It wasn't all the judge is doing. All that guilt building up inside of her all that time. He just happened to say the right words to bring it out.
What does she do when he's not around anymore?
It's hard to say. But he's a crutch that she needs desperately. Take it away and maybe she walks by herself, or maybe she goes back to being what she was. Anyway, we won't be around to find out. I'll take the first watch. You better get some sleep.
Yeah. Right.
It's all right. Take it easy.
Come up into the light.
That's what we're fixing to do. I'm Gabe. This here's Arnie. We're deputies from over to Silver Hills.
I'm Adam Cartwright. This is my brother, Joe.
What's going on here?
We understand you've got a woman with you by the name of Lila Conrad.
We have. I'm Judge Knowlton.
Where is she? We're taking her back.
Well, you have nothing to worry about, gentlemen. Miss Conrad made a complete confession to me. As a matter of fact, I was planning on taking her into Harleyville in the morning myself.
Well, then we save you a trip, Judge.
I don't think you understand. You see, there are certain extenuating circumstances. I am responsible for her.
You ain't got any more responsibility, Judge. We're the law. We're taking her back now.
Is that her?
Yes. Perhaps I should accompany you gentlemen back in the event that you need...
That's all we need. Just get her ready.
There's no need to take her away now. She can't get away. You might give her the night to rest.
The Arnie looks like she made a lot of real good friends here. We're sorry to spoil your fun, mister, but why don't you play it smart and just don't give us any trouble?
Well, I'm all for avoiding trouble. And I think the easiest way is for you to wait here till morning.
Yeah, well, it'll be daylight in a couple of hours, Gabe. No harm. We can wait.
I thought you could.
You get a good look at her?
Yeah.
Dowd could sure pick him, huh?
You know, Arnie, this may not be such a bad trip after all.
You'd best turn in now, child. You'll need all your strength. Let her rest. I mean, you've done so much for her already.
Sarah, are you questioning my judgment?
I've never done that, David.
Then don't presume to now.
No, of course not. It's just that...
That what?
There's so much ahead of you in your new district. So much for us to think about and plan for.
I assure you, Sarah, I'm well aware of that.
Sometimes a good man, can work so hard for something he believes in, he loses sight of himself.
Please, Sarah, go to bed. It's very late.
Are you coming?
I'm not very tired. I think I'll stay up for a while.
You've done all you can. You've got to accept that. Tomorrow she'll be gone. David, I love you.
Please, Sarah, just go to bed.
Can't sleep? No, me neither. I'm gonna go back with you tomorrow.
I'll be all right, little Joe.
You saw those two deputies that came for you. Lila, just exactly how much punishment does the judge's program call for?
If it wasn't right, he'd tell me. He wouldn't let me go.
How can I get through to you? He doesn't know what's right for everyone.
I don't know about everyone, but it's right for me. He saved me, little Joe. Don't you understand?
Oh, Lila, he helped you because you wanted to be helped.
He's shown me the way. I know I must be punished for my sins.
Whether you should be punished or not is up to a jury. Everybody in this life, regardless of what they have done, deserves a fair trial. I'm not arguing with the judge whether you should face this thing or not. Certainly you should. But face it where you've got a chance. He doesn't know everything. Some things you've got to figure out for yourself. Can't you understand that? Serious. Try to get some sleep. I'll see you in the morning.
Mr. Cartwright?
Good morning, Mrs. Nolan.
Have you seen the judge?
No, ma'am, I haven't. What's wrong?
Well, he must be around somewhere.
Two of the horses at me.
Adam!
But the horses could have wandered off during the night, couldn't they?
It's not likely, ma'am.
Hey, come on. Get up. Pop.
What is it, Joe?
Judge and Lila are gone.
My husband is left with that girl.
But we don't know what happened that way, ma'am.
Oh, yes, we know that's how it happened. We all know that. I can understand how it happened. With that woman.
Surely.
Let us sleep out tonight, huh? You did a good job, mister. I wouldn't be surprised if he were in cahoots with that judge.
Well, maybe he's just taking her as far as Harleyville.
Come on, honey. We can still catch him.
I'm going with him.
Oh, watch yourself.
Right.
It's no use.
Well, we can't stay here. We've got to keep moving. We ride double. It's the only way.
No, Judge. Judge, we shouldn't have come this far.
I'm not going to let those men take you.
I have to go back and face it sometime, don't I?
And when that time comes, I'm going to be there.
Oh, here they come.
Come on, there's no time to lose.
We can't make it.
We can make it. Now, hurry.
It's no use. I'll go back to Silver Hills with them.
You're not ready.
Not ready?
Lila, you believe that I've always told you what's right, don't you?
I know I have to be punished.
There's time enough for that. Things are different now. Come on, take cover over here. Get out. Lila, you have to believe that I can decide what's right for you. You see, all of my life has been given to law and justice. You believed, you listened. I saved you, didn't I, Lila?
But my punishment?
Punishment means nothing. As long as you confess and repent, that's all that really matters. And I'm going to take care of you from now on.
bet that's the longest 50 feet he ever walked.
Sarah. Help me.
David. David.
We'll get you a lawyer as soon as we get to Virginia City.
Thanks. I'll always be grateful to you both.
Well, you get a fair trial now. You don't have anything to be afraid of.
I don't think I'll ever be afraid again.
What are you gonna do about the judge? About telling Pa he was a friend of his.
Well, we're just telling the truth that two people got lost and took them a little time to find themselves.
Get a letter from the president?
I know. Somebody left you $1 million.
Oh, hi, Paul. Paul, hey, you remember Jim Layton?
Jim Layton, that big mountain man, the one you had the big fight with? I'd as soon remember an earthquake.
Well, Paul, he's getting married.
Jim Layton's getting married?
Yep. He wants me to be his best man. On account I'm the only feller that ever whooped him fair and square.
Jim Layton. Oh, there's a man that walks around with trouble in a bundle and loves every minute of it.
Well, Paul, according to this letter, he's changed.
Him changed? Hoss, do yourself a favor. Keep away from him. He's trouble, big trouble, nothing but trouble.
Well, but even so, Paul, it's sort of an honor to be invited to be Jim Layton's best man. I mean, up there in the mountain country, his country. I reckon I ought to be thinking about a wedding present for him or something.
Well, it better be portable if you're going to travel all that way.
Hey, Paul. You know them little match ponies you got from old Gene Hendricks?
Oh, no, you don't. Not them match ponies. You keep away from them now. Why'd you get him something simple? Like a pair of matched bears. Or dueling pistols, or a lace for the bride.
Oh, Paul, lace. Jim Layton ain't gonna marry no gal like that. Now, look, Paul, I'll offer you a fair price for him, and I know you didn't pay much for him. Paul, look, I owe it to him. That was the best dang fight I ever had in my life.
Yeah, you almost got yourself killed in that best dang fight you ever had. Now you want to be with him again. Oh, I just smell another fight. But you're set and going, aren't you? Well, tell you what. The match ponies are yours.
Thanks, Paul.
It's your bones, too.
You Paiutes? Comanche? I come in peace, whoever you are. Burn your ornery cantankerous hide. You ain't changed a bit, Jim.
Oh, yes, I have, you big hay-shaking farmer. In the old days, I'd have used a real engine. Doggone, Hoss, it's good to see you, even if you are a plumb sorry-looking sight.
Wait till I start prodding you down that aisle. Then we'll see who's going to be the sorry-looking sight.
Now, hold on. Just 'cause you whoop me fair and square in your own backyard don't give you no license to forget who's king of this here mountain. And I'll tell you something else. If you don't get a pot of coffee on about nothing flat, I'm going to give you a chance to try your luck again.
You better save yourself for that wedding. You know something, Jim? You got a good life up here.
Yeah, but it gets awful lonesome.
Well, I never did mind being lonesome if I was by myself. It's being lonesome with somebody that scares me.
Scares me, too. You know, Hoss, I reckon that's the reason that I run all over the country getting into trouble like I did. And I come back home here and seen how Julie had growed up.
You sure do get moony-eyed when you talk about her. I reckon you mean it, don't you?
Hoss, she's cut right out of these here mountains. But soft, though. And I sure do mean it.
Well, sir, I'll tell you, Jim, you're going to have all the good luck that I can possibly wish down on you.
Hoss, that's the reason I ask you to be my best man. You know, with all that pallor, why, you ought to pack a little bit of weight upstairs.
Very funny. She probably don't deserve you, even if she has got poor judgment. What's the matter?
Somebody's a-coming. It's Julie, I think.
Well, you figuring on shooting her? You ain't even married yet.
Just stop your yapping. I think she's got her paw on.
Jim?
Yeah, Julie? You got your paw with you?
Yeah, but he ain't armed. He promised he wouldn't start anything. Will you talk to him?
Where's he at, Julie?
Behind the rock.
You sure he ain't armed?
I searched him myself.
All right, sweetheart. Bring him on in.
Come on, Pa, come on.
You're gonna get my head shot off.
Pa.
You lead me to the slaughter like a lamb.
Now, you gonna keep your word?
Look, if I made you a promise, I'm going to keep it. But it ain't going to make no difference, because that no-good skunk you think you're marrying, he don't know the difference between right and wrong.
Now, Pa, I don't think, I know there's going to be a wedding.
If he lives that long. What's that?
Well, this is Hoss Cartwright. He's going to be best man at our wedding. Hoss, this is Julie Grizzly Hoss.
Hello, Hoss. I sure heard a lot about you.
Well, thank you, Miss Julie. I've heard a lot about you, too. Mr. Martingale?
Any friend of Layton's is a mortal enemy of mine.
Am I your enemy, Pa?
That's different, Julie. You're my daughter. Besides, you don't know what you're doing.
Jim, look. Have I been invited here to be best man at a wedding or second for a fight?
Stick around. Just might be a pallbearer.
That's right. Just keep her talking.
Keep
Now,
your
you
big mouth shut or I'll
stop
take you
it,
apart.
stop it, the both of you.
No, Pa, you ain't
ain't never broke a promise to me before. Are you gonna make this the first? And you promised to negotiate with Pa. Did you mean it?
All right, let's get it over with.
Not just talk this time? You both really try?
I'll try.
Well, I promised, didn't I?
All right, then. Hoss, will you take me for a walk? These two got some palavering to do.
Go ahead, Hoss.
Yes, ma'am. I'd be happy to, ma'am.
If he tries anything, just holler, Julie.
Well, I just may not. Well, it's kind of simple, really. Those two are the only real loves of my life. And I can't get them to be friends.
What's it all about, anyhow, Miss Julie?
Oh, they and they're arguing over a piece of land they both lay claim to.
A big piece of land?
A very, very little piece, but a lot of stubborn pride. Sometimes pride's worth more than land out here.
Look, how did they come about laying claim to the same piece of land?
It was a stake in a card game. They both had the same hand. Pair of trays, ace, jack, 4. And they've been arguing over it ever since. That was 14 years ago.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing for sure. This sure ain't no atmosphere for a wedding, is it?
Oh, sure is quiet in there. That's a bad sign. Means they're up to something.
Look, I'll go over and stick my head in and take a peek.
Oh, you be careful. They both be real touchy. I know 'em.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt your conversation, but I got some stuff in my saddlebags over here I needed to tend to.
I was a fool ever to come over here, palaver with a swindling cheat. You ain't gonna bamboozle me out of what's mine. Never again.
I don't want what's yours, you belly-aching old billy goat. All I want is what's mine. What you're claiming is yours and ain't. I won that fair and square in that poker game.
You did not. You lost. Boy, will you get out of here? You're getting on my nerves.
Now, he's my guest. Don't you go telling him what to do.
That's right. Keep your bodyguard close at hand. You're gonna need him, you fork-tongued old lizard.
Now, watch out what you're saying, old man. Julie's paw or not, there's a limit to what I'm going to take off of you.
Well, hurry up and get to it, 'cause I'm sick of your empty blather.
You talk like you're sick of breathing, do you?
Now listen to me. Why, you two sound like a bunch of overgrown children. And I sure ain't gonna spend the rest of my life listening to you growling at each other. Or maybe one of you losing hold and killing the other. And I sure ain't gonna choose between you neither. So don't make it come to that. Now, you better sit around somehow.
driving at?
Well, then, just might have me a little idea. Here. I've been thinking. There's an easy solution to the problem of who owns that property.
Ain't no problem. I own it.
You arbitrate.
What? What'd you call me?
No, Grizzly, I ain't calling you nothing. That ain't what arbitrate means. Arbitrate means that the two of you will go out and get a third party. Somebody that ain't got no stake in neither one of you, and somebody that both of you agree on. Now, this third party then does some thinking on the matter, and he decides who rightfully owns the property. And then both of you agree to abide by his decision.
Oh, now, hold on just a minute.
Oh, Pa, he's right. You know he's right. Why, it's the only way.
Sounds fair and square to me.
Somewhere in this, there's a trick. I can feel it.
I can feel it too, Pa. I can feel my last chance coming up.
Well, supposing I lose this here, whatever that dang word is, does that mean I wasn't cheated? Does that mean I gotta bless the marriage of my only daughter to the man what cheated me?
Do it for my sake. Let me marry in peace.
Look, the way I see it, it's the only way you two are going to get by each other without busting heads.
What's wrong with knocking heads?
It ain't a proper way to bless a marriage, Pa. I want my marriage blessed proper.
But, honey, I just don't like this fancy way of settling things.
But you do it? For me? Please.
Well, who do you want to try first?
Well, how about the mayor?
Oh, no, not the mayor. I didn't vote for him. I told him so, too.
What about a judge? Is there a judge in town?
Comes by twice a year, but he wouldn't do no how. Dad blame agent went and fined me $2 for busting up a saloon one time.
But, Jim, he suspended the sentence.
It don't matter. It's a principle of the thing. What I done to that saloon is worth $10 any day.
Well, let's try the store clerk. Either you owe me any money?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're on equal footing.
Old lady.
Yeah, snores real loud. Sign of character.
I never seen an honest shopkeeper in my life.
Me neither. Hey, wake up. Wake up!
Grizzly, Jim. Something wrong?
Why, Pa and Jim are finally going to settle their land dispute. We need an arbitrator.
Please, folks, I got a wife, I got 3 kids, and I'm allergic to crossfire. Anybody knows I'm not too bright, and I don't know a darn thing about land. You fellas don't have to worry about the money you owe me, okay? Please, don't make me do this.
What if... No, forget it. It wouldn't work. What about the undertaker?
Nope. Never paid him for planting Uncle Jake. Uncle Jake weren't worth planting.
What about a doctor? They ought to be a doctor in town. They're supposed to be brave and honest.
No. I never paid him for birthing Julie.
Oh, we've been through this whole blame town. They're either too scared or one of you rejected them.
Somewhere in this town, there's an arbitrator, and I'm going to find him if I have to turn over every stinking rock.
I'm going home.
Well, I'm going to the saloon. All this thinking has parched me.
Yeah, why don't you?
I reckon she's fed clean up by now.
I don't blame her none, neither. Yet that burn lunkhead, won't you go on after her? That's what she wants you to do, and say something nice to her, too. Dang it, Jim, you don't know nothing about women, do you?
All right, Romeo. All right. I'm sorry, Julie. I'm sorry that it couldn't have been simple and easy.
Sorry? Why should Jim Layton be sorry about anything? Why, he's king of the mountain. Kings don't have to be sorry about nothing.
Right now, I don't hardly feel like king of a molehill. Julie, I can't help it what I am. When I asked you to marry me, it was me you said yes to, not something or somebody else.
Life sure would have been easier had I turned you down.
I reckon it ain't too late to change your mind.
Jim, it was too late the day I met you.
Give me a beer, please, sir.
You dogging my footsteps, farmer boy?
Nope. Just trying to be sociable. And that ain't too easy with you.
I don't mean it to be.
Grizzly, why don't you swallow a little bit of that pride of yours and give Julie a chance? Now, you got to start someplace, so why don't you decide on an arbitrator by tomorrow?
Look, farmer boy, don't push me. Just back off. I got ornery blood.
Ain't nobody pushing.
Oh, yes, there is. You are. All of you are. You just won't let a man grow old in peace. Got to take away everything he's got. Well, you ain't doing that to me, boy. I can still look out for myself. Just leave me alone. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of all of you. Now, just leave me alone.
Dad burn. If you ain't got a knack for putting together more words and saying less with them than any man I ever met in my life.
Hey, Parson. Hey, Parson. Thank you. Stop it. I ain't gonna hurt you.
You ain't? Or aren't?
No, I don't want to do that.
Well, I haven't been doing very well in these parts. You see, I'm needed so badly that I'm not at all wanted. I seem to get run out of town before I even get in.
Yeah, it is sort of tough country, ain't it?
Yeah, I'm just not cut out for it. Yes, it was all a mistake anyway. I applied for duty at the Borneo mission, but they sent me here instead.
Yes, sir. I got a mighty big favor to ask of you.
A favor?
A big one.
You a Republican?
We're not allowed to discuss our political affiliation while under the cloak. I'm sorry.
Did you ever catch a trout on a feather?
I prefer silver spoons myself.
What's the difference between a steelhead and a rainbow?
If I remember correctly, the steelhead is the marine form of the rainbow trout, more correctly known as Salmo gardneri. Oh, the steelhead would be Salmo gardneri gardneri.
What's worth more, a skunk or a white weasel pelt?
The weasel.
Now, don't you go give me that look like your ma used to do.
Thank you, Mr. Cartwright. Yes, I've reached my decision.
Well, out with it.
Oh, yes, the decision. By the moral power vested in me by the Mission Society and approved by the Greater Seminary Council and weighted by the good book, I have examined the facts and looked into my heart and soul for a decision.
Out with it!
Please.
I know very little about poker, but even to the innocent, it's obvious that the hands of the disputants were identical. Now, the logical way to settle that dilemma would have been for one to sell or trade one half of the land to the other. Therefore, my decision as arbitrator is that the land be sold to a third party and the money divided between the disputants. Now, if you will excuse me.
Thank you very much, Parson. Thank you. Well, gentlemen, that decision seems most fair to me. Now, me being the third party, I'm offering you $200 for that property. That's $100 apiece. Anybody want to top it? All righty. Looks like it's a deal. And Grizzly, there's your 100. And Jim, there's your 100. Now, since I'm the sole owner of that property out there, it looks like we can stop all this feuding, don't it?
Suits me. You want to shake, Grizzly?
Sure, it suits you. You won this round with double talk and fancy doings. Had it figured all the time. Make a fool out of me in front of the whole dang town.
Now, Pa, you promised to abide by the decision. You gonna break your word?
Well, honey, there's some promises come first before others. You come in here with your pocket full of wise sayings, all ready to solve everybody's problems. Sitting up there on your fine horse, all big and fat, huh? Getting yourself some old runt of a parson who don't know the difference between a poker hand and a scalping knife to stand in front of the whole town and say, I don't own what I own. And my own daughter, listening to him, siding with him. Your mother had a few things to say to you about that. Out of my way!
Don't you talk to me about Ma. She'd have loved seeing you break your word this way.
My honor's put out there on that land. It's being stomped on.
Pa, I don't know what you're talking about anymore.
Well, then, I guess maybe there's ain't no more use talking.
You'll cool off, Julie. Look, honey, we got our own lives to live. Ain't nothing we can do about it if a stubborn old man wants to walk on everybody that crosses his path.
Just ain't fair. Being caught between the two men I love this way?
Jim, let her go.
I'll kill him, so help me, I'll...
That's all Julie needs for you to kill him.
Hoss, he's looking for a fight. You know that as well as I do.
All right. Is that what you want, a fight? Or a marriage? Look, Jim, that old man has put his pride in front of his own daughter's happiness. Now, is that what you want?
It's 6-5 and 3-1. 3-1 and 6-5. 6-5, there ain't no wedding. 3-1, Hayden wins the fight. Now, come on and get in here. What's the matter with you, Bob? Don't you feel lucky? All right, get back down here and get some action here. It's red hot. How much do you want? Give me. What do you want? Give me.
It fits, Pa. Well, I'm just the same size as Mom.
That's right, they're the same size. On the outside.
On the inside, too, Pa. And I love you just as much as she did.
But she never went contrary to my thinking, my feelings, like you.
She was your wife, Pa. And I want to be a wife, too. And be beholden to my husband's thinking and feelings.
Not when it's to that Jim Layton.
But, Pa, I love him. And if you love me, you bless my wedding.
Not when it's to that sneaking thief.
Ow!
Dad, Barney, hold still. This is going to be hard enough like it is.
What is this, a dressing or a lynching?
Well, it's a little bit of both, but better you than me.
Some friends you turn out to be.
Dang it. Now, hold still.
I am.
Quit shaking, then.
I ain't a-shaking.
You ain't? Hold out your hands.
Hoss, I ain't been so scared since that bear run me up a tree when I was 5 years old.
What are you scared of?
Did you ever get a good look at me? What do you suppose a pretty little thing like that Julie's doing marrying an ugly galoot like me?
Dang if I know, Jim, but if I was you, I'd hurry up and get to that church before she changed her mind and backs out.
Congratulations, Jim. Bygones is bygones.
Thanks a lot, Harry. They sure is.
You're hooked, Jim. No use tormenting you no more. Might as well shake.
It's been a long time, Wesley. Say, I want you to meet my good friend and best man, Hoss Cartwright.
Howdy. How are you, Wesley?
Hiya, Hoss.
Hi, how are you, sir? Howdy. How are you, sir?
Look at her, Hoss.
Yeah.
Boy, ain't she something?
Julie, how beautiful. Oh, congratulations.
Mr. Layton?
Give me the ring.
What I do, the ring? Burn it.
Here. Now, hang on to it.
Right.
We are gathered here to wed in holy matrimony Jim Layton and Julie Martingale. Here in this conclave of God, we must face our nature and our destiny. By the power vested in me, I hereby declare this ceremony commenced, with this stipulation, that if there be any man present who has reason that this marriage should not take place, let him speak now or forever hold his peace.
I'll be speaking now.
You ought to be ashamed. This is a church.
Jim, you can't fight him. If you do, you'll lose everything.
pretend this is a saloon again now.
Just stay out of my way, horse.
Jim, I can't let you do this. That party that just ain't right.
Let him go, Hoss. Let them kill each other. Maybe they're right. Maybe it's the way it has to be. Pa, you feeling so old and sorry for yourself has turned you into a foolish old man who's given his daughter a wedding day she'll never forget. I just want to ask you one thing, and it's the last thing I'll ever ask. Why? Tell me why.
Julie, honey, that piece of land used to be real pretty with a stream running through it and poppies growing there. Ma, she was just 16. She used to go there and pick flowers. I met her there. I promised her that I'd always keep that place.
And you bet it on a poker game. And it's the shame of that day that's done this to us.
He cheated me.
Pa, nobody cheated you. You could have stopped that a long time ago. It's too late now.
I said something about that land.
You keep your hatchet face out of my affairs, yeah? Ain't no concern of yours. Now, come on, let's get on with the fighting.
Whoop. Wait a minute, boys. Fight about what? You fellas seem to be forgetting it. I own that property now. You ain't got nothing to fight about, have you?
All right, here's your money back. Now it belongs to me again.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That money's just for half of it, even if I did decide to keep it. You see, I still own the other half.
Jim, are you still king of this here mountain, or has your friend here taken it away from you?
I'm sorry, Hoss. Now we own her together again, huh?
All right, now let's fight and settle this thing once and for all.
Wait a minute. Hold it. You're overlooking another very important fact. And that is that, well, that land just ain't for sale. I bought that property fair and square. And most of the people in this room were witness to it. If you two want that property, you're going to have to fight me for it. Either one of you or both of you. Don't make no difference.
Well, all right. One side, Jim. I'll take him.
No, I'll whoop him. He's my friend.
Now, just a doggone minute.
Now, hold on, Grizzly. If you and me go fighting one another, why, we ain't gonna have enough whooping power left to handle him. Tell you what we'll do. We'll flip for him.
All right. I'll take heads.
Thanks, Hoss. Tails.
Oh, shucks.
Gonna be different this time.
Jimmy.
Come on, I got 3-1 on you. Get up.
Jimmy Solitude's winning me.
Well, if there's one thing in this world you got plenty of, it's wind.
Come on.
Love, Julie.
You'll never know.
You're gonna have to give up that land or you'll never get her.
My ancestors have turned over in their grave.
you. Well, Grizzly, any doubt in your mind who's king of the mountain now? Give up? Never.
No, it's me, Jimmy boy. We sure whopped them, didn't we?
What do you mean, we?
Well, on account of you did most of the fighting. You can still be king of the mountain if you want. We don't let no outsider come in here telling us what to do, huh?
What about the land?
Well, remembering's the important part. Let him keep it. He bought it fair and square, didn't he?
Hey, maybe we better get that big gunsel outside where he can get some air, huh?
Yeah.
I better go get Julie, huh?
Oh, no, Jim. Let me. It's more fitting.
Somebody better go get a bucket of water.
Julie!
Now, what happened? Pa kept saying that you and he won the fight.
Come on, honey. Let's get inside. Get on with the wedding.
Go on in, sweetheart. I golly, before your pa changes his mind again. You all right?
Yeah. You going inside, I'll join your man. Jim, I'm still your best man, ain't I?
You sure are, partner.
You know something? I think I won after all.